show, people are literally getting married without even knowing each other. She showed me this show, and I'm telling y'all, it is crazy. It's ridiculous, and she's into this stuff, and I wanted to see what you guys thought about the show. This idea of people getting married who don't even know each other. First of all, Alicia, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. And thank you for watching the show with me. Normally, you just like take a look at it and you're like, no, I'm out of here. I don't like this concept. But you sat and watched it, and I think you're kind of hooked.
Yeah, I wouldn't say hooked. I would say I can tolerate it.
You're intrigued. You
Um,
want to know what's going to happen. Are they going to stay together? And by the way, we are on season 6. And
there's 6 seasons of this shit.
I know right now that they're now airing season 12. So we got a ways to go before we catch up with the current
Wow,
season.
wow. Okay, I'm gonna ask a question for Troy and Luther and Whitney and Mujahid and Troy and Annette and everybody else. Give me a yes or no. Give me a yes or no. If somebody offers you like $500,000 and said you had to stay married to this person, um, let's say for a year. Let's say you had to stay married for a year. Would you do it? Would you stay married to a person for a year for $500,000? Like live in the same house, sleep in the same bed.
Is
Do
it just a random person?
well. I mean, if somebody, don't they have somebody who like matches them up or something?
Yeah, they have experts and they take personality tests and they go visit their houses and they sit around and they say, okay, who would make a good match for each other?
I'm seeing a lot of yeses. Ricky said he would. Well, Ricky's desperate.
No, you're not desperate.
I'm playing. I'm
No.
playing.
I
I'm
think it's kind of interesting. It's like arranged marriages.
playing.
Yeah.
Demi says that we are a beautiful, inspirational black couple.
Oh, well, thank you, Demi.
Well, shout
I
out to
appreciate
Black
that.
Love. Hashtag Black Love. Well, we think Black love is not discussed enough. Like people need to show appreciation for Black women. First of all, forget all this like putting white girls
Mhm.
at the top of the pile. We need to start reminding people that Black women are that's the original woman.
I think it's really interesting because I watched season 4 and now, no, I watched season 5 and season 6, and like they had Black husbands and their mamas were just like, no, I'm not having this.
Well,
There's
that's
something
that.
about,
Your mama shouldn't be that involved in your relationships, though. I
okay,
think
please
that's.
stop me from doing that, boys.
Hmm.
When our son, when he's gonna get married, please tell me to pipe down so I won't be so overbearing.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. That's not. I mean, I'm your husband, not him.
Okay,
Wait,
but
well,
I
no,
miss him already.
yeah, but
He's not even out the house yet.
you gotta back off. I always find it weird when parents are overly obsessed with their children's love life.
I think I may be one of those people.
No, you're not gonna do that.
Well,
We're
stop
not
me.
doing that.
Make sure I don't want to look like these moms on this show.
Well, I think that you can defend your child against somebody that you think is not good for them. Like you can kind
Yeah.
of say, "I don't like this situation," or "I don't like this person."
Well, boys, tell me, what do you think about the show so far, season 6? What you've seen so far? Because you kind of sucked in a little bit.
I mean, I'm watching it, because I'm with you. I mean, I wouldn't watch it if I wasn't with you, though. I don't hate it. It's interesting, but it's like I feel like shows like this they kind of they try to set people up for it. I don't think they're really trying to succeed on every couple. I don't think they're trying to hit every shot. Like I think that they are trying to um like throw some air balls and bricks
Mm.
just to give you something to talk about.
Oh, so you think like it's produced? Like some of the producers are like,
Yeah, well, first of all, it's
mhm.
Hollywood, so there's a greater than 50% chance that these dudes don't even want to date women; they just want to be on TV.
Oh, you picked up something, didn't you?
Yeah, people get famous on these reality shows. That's how they get their name out there. They get on these shows and they hope it creates other opportunities. It doesn't; just makes them look stupid. But they some people go on these shows because they just want to be seen. They just want people to know who they are, know their name.
Oh, so they use it as an opportunity, but they seem genuine. At least two out of the 3 couples on this show, on this
Mm.
season right now, seem to be very genuine.
I think some of it's fake. Yes or
Mm.
no? Give me a yes or no. How many of you think that some of this stuff is fake in the sense of like people being on the show not because they're really trying to make a love connection, but because they're really trying to get on TV? Like remember when reality TV started, Flavor of Love came on.
Mm-hmm.
And they started and they had all these women on there that were pretending like they were sexually attracted to Flavor Flav.
I love that show, by the way.
It was a good
I
show.
watched it a lot. Yeah, I watched every season.
I think
Every episode. Mm-hmm.
I think people were watching it just because they wanted to see the train wreck, because they were so disgusted with the idea of sleeping with Flavor Flav. They were like, "Who are these gorgeous women that are like gonna drop everything so they can go get with Flavor Flav?"
See, I think like with Married at First Sight, I think what's so interesting to me is that they all have this anticipation. So they meet with the experts, they tell the experts exactly what they want, they tell the expert exactly who they are, and they're all excited. And then they get married to these people. They're all dressed up with all of this makeup and they're super ready. And then all of a sudden, like reality hits and they become very much disillusioned. And then they get like so deeply disappointed. And then that's where like the coaches or whatever come in. They try to like guide them through that disillusionment stage so that they can get into like real connection with their, with their spouse. So that's what's really funny about the show, is to watch it.
I think it's a joke. The idea. I mean, it's a gimmick, right? It's like, okay, if we do this really crazy thing and make people get married, or convince people to get married who don't even know each other, people are gonna watch because it's interesting. I don't think they're sort of like, okay, how do we really get these couples to really make it work? Because I don't think anybody in their right mind would marry a person that they don't even know. Like, why would you do that? What?
Yeah, it's really funny. And then that Reverend, what's his name, Calvin or whatever, I think that's his name.
Yeah, people say he looks like me, but I don't think he does.
Well, you look way better than him.
Well, thank
I
God.
mean, you're adorable and handsome. And
people also say I look like Michael Wilbon on Pardon the Interruption. You've watched the show?
No, I've never seen it. We'll have to. I'll have to take a look at it.
Yeah.
No, you're.
That's not a compliment either. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me I look like Denzel, but that hasn't happened yet.
Oh, please, you're better than Denzel.
Oh, thank you.
You're cuter than him. But I think like what's interesting is that he, like, when they start like, I don't know if I want to be married to this person, and then the Reverend comes in and says, "You made a commitment. You committed to this person, so you have to stick it through." And it's just like, okay, give them some tools and tips on how to stick it through, and he never really does. But the other ladies on the show, they really come in and like really help them, like they give them strategies. But like the Reverend, he's really good at assessing the situation and figuring out what's going on or what's wrong with the relationship. But he doesn't really give them anything concrete to deal with. He's like, work it out. You made this commitment. Like they were so much in love with each other. It's hilarious.
So there's like specific. So you're saying, yeah, but I told you it's kind of like a lot of people online that give dating advice are not therapists, they're coaches.
Yeah.
And a coach,
work hard at it. I'm like, well, you got to tell them how to do that.
Yeah, a coach isn't going to have the tools of a therapist. Those are different things.
Well, it drives us as therapists. It drives us crazy because we're like, oh my God. Yeah. He needs to give them a little more than that.
I know, it's so funny how many therapists just sit back and get pissed off because everybody listens to like Kevin.
Yeah, how's this man on TV? How's this man got a show, Married at First Sight, and he's not really. I mean, he's good, but he's not. He needs to give him a little more, I think.
He's good, but he needs to give him some tools that really work.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, well, that's a big deal. I can vouch for that. She's a good therapist that can really give you some things you can use to get along with that person in your house. That's what I find, is that just getting used to each other's little habits and stuff can, like why is it like life or death that I must clean the kitchen right now? Like, why must we wash the dishes like right now? We can't do it at 5 o'clock. We got to do it right now. I don't understand stuff like that, so I had to adjust to that.
Well, I knew what I was getting into when me and you first started dating.
No, you didn't,
because I've been to your dorm room when you were in graduate school,
right.
And I knew. I was like, oh no,
that's right, you do.
That dorm room was atrocious.
You walked in. We got that on video. You just kind of walked in and you just looked around like you were examining an alien species. like you were just like,
how do you find anything in that room? How do you sleep in that bed with stuff all over everywhere?
We got to find that clip, and I got to show people that clip, because you just walked in and you looked around. This is 20-some years ago, and you looked around and you were like, boys, this don't make no goddamn sense. I think that's what you said.
It was really, that was really something.
I think that's what you said.
That sounds like something I would say.
Yeah, yeah, I
And I
got.
say that a lot to you sometimes. Boys, this don't make no damn sense.
Yeah, nothing you say goddamn sense.
Oh, did I say it?
Yeah,
Golly, that's like the big cuss word right there.
I think so. I gotta check though. I gotta check. But anyway, so the show's
Mhm.
called Married at First Sight, and feel free to check it out. We were watching it. We thought we'd ask you guys what you think about it. I don't think I'd marry somebody that I didn't know, no matter how much money there was. Because I think marriage is a big deal, and I guess you just get a divorce, right?
Yeah, you have the choice. So you're married of a certain span of time. I don't remember how long, maybe 90 days.
Mm,
And then you decide after that, are you going to stay married to the person or are you going to get divorced?
mm. I think
Yeah.
it's like shows like this. I think they undermine the sanctity of
Oh,
marriage.
they totally
They
do.
do. Yeah, I
They
think. I
totally
think
do.
it's like emotional porn.
It is. That's why I'm hooked. Because I
Yeah,
love
it's
that kind of stuff.
yeah. Women just love weddings. They're like, I don't care who's getting married. It could be a cricket marrying a horse,
Yeah.
and I am gonna cry because marriage is just it just gets me going. I don't understand that. I don't understand how a marriage or a wedding can be like arousing for someone.
I got to admit, like, even though I know they don't know each other or love each other, but to watch the wedding, it really gets me going. It gets me like, I feel all emotional.
Mm,
Just looking at a wedding just makes me, you know,
gets you going. It's just
yeah, it
like a
does. And that's probably why I like watching
oh,
it.
look at you. Yeah, Willie says we should go on a TV show and give couples some real help. I don't know.
That's an interesting idea.
I wouldn't want to go to LA though. I wouldn't want to go out there and be a part of all that
Oh,
culture.
that's your place.
Well,
No,
I'm a boss. We can make it our own show.
there we go.
I know great people that make TV shows and people like Tariq Nasheed and other people where we can like if we want to make movies, Lamar Tyler, like if we want to make a movie, we can make a movie. If we want to make a show, we can make a show. We ain't gotta go ask white people for nothing.
Oh, I like the way you think, boys.
You like that? That makes you
Yeah,
proud.
it does. Makes me very proud.
Oh well, I'm a black man. That's what we're supposed to do. We bosses up in here. So anyway, all right, guys. Well, we're out of here, and we just want to see what you thought about the show. Thank you for listening. And by the way, we have a channel, the Black Love Channel. If you ever want to go there and kind of, see what's going on with the relationshipy stuff. Alicia's a couples therapist, and we just kind of felt like compelled to share some of our relationship journey because we feel that we saw so many of you that were asking us for advice and information. And also I personally think it's very important for black men to love black women out loud. I think that should be the fad, the trend. I don't I think that black women should be respected the way they should. But also remember that goes on the flip side too.
Oh
We
yeah.
talk about Kamala Harris, God bless her, but she ain't got, I mean, she's not a hero to me in the black community. I mean, she's okay. But to me, the real heroes in the black community
Mm-hmm.
are the women who love black men, who take care of black children, who
Mm-hmm.
are building black owned businesses, who are right there putting the black community first. So it's no disrespect to her or anything, but it's really to kind of say, like we need to pick our heroes as people that really pour into our community, not people that are on TV. Just because the
Mm-hmm.
Negroes on TV don't make them special. Being on TV don't mean that means white people picked you to be on TV, or white people gave you
Mm.
money, or they gave you votes, or they gave you an award, or something that makes you feel special. But no, your oppressor should not be picking your heroes ever, ever. Black women that love black men, like they're the real MVP because that's what's going to build the community. It's not going to be people outside. So I don't know if you guys agree, but put a hashtag B1 in the chat if you agree with me that black people should come first. I think that's very important. So if you could hit the thumbs up button on your way out, hit the thumbs up, share, and subscribe button. And we will see you guys soon. So take care. The show's called Married at First Sight. So feel free to watch it. You can tell us what you think. So we will talk to you later and have a good night. Be good. Peace.